Thanks, David, and good afternoon. Yesterday we had some men up here talking about knitting and socks, if you recall. My presentation today is not going to cover knitting, but may mention socks, time permitting. It seems that rural communities typify the extremes of internet use. At one end, we have some of the most computer literate and innovative users and developers in the world. At the other, there are those who are not connected at all and say they don't want to be. This is a challenge for Rural Women New Zealand. We are a charitable, voluntary membership-based national organisation which advocates for rural communities. We offer a consumer perspective both to and from those communities. We also own New Zealand's second largest home support provider business, which is increasingly at the front of technology to lead the telehealth revolution almost upon us, this being especially relevant for rural-based people. Our company, Access Homehealth Ltd, provides services to around 14,000 clients annually with a workforce of 3,000, urban and rural clients. And had I more time, but I understand other speakers are going to talk about telehealth, but it's a really interesting way of monitoring people's health and treating them, but almost totally dependent on the right communications. However, only about half our 3,500 Rural Women New Zealand subscripted members are online or even do emailing. From the point of view of running a national voluntary organisation, viable in many ways only through the quality of its communications, this is not helpful. From both future business and membership potential, more of the people living at the end of the gravel road are going to have to be empowered to embrace technology. So what's happening? What's stopping them? I am one of those who does live at the end of the road, albeit the road which is also the address of the Waihopai Government Facility, or Spy Base as it is known locally, and rumoured to be one of the world's most sophisticated communications enablers. Not far past the Spy Base, we reach the point where cell phone coverage stops. There are at least 120 households in our small valley. No mobile broadband or texting happens for most of us. Our most effective choice is satellite broadband. It is often slow, always expensive, and sometimes weather affected. We ask ourselves, is it value for scarce financial resources? Is up-to-date technology a luxury we can afford or a necessity for which we must cut other areas of spending? Our satellite package costs $159 plus overages per month for 3 peak time gigs. We are consistently fined and penalised for overages. I suggest this is not good public relations, but perhaps it reflects an attitude to a captive market. The urban supply attitude seems quite different. In town, we pay at a house we have there $90 for 20 gigs, plus a whole lot of other stuff, and nothing's a problem. And I see there are cheaper packages out there than that now. Our vision at Rural Women New Zealand is to empower and grow dynamic rural communities by attracting more people, especially the young, back to the country villages and provincial strongholds. We know that the skills and diversity they bring can not only embolden the traditional stalwarts of such areas, but they bring children to the schools, start new ventures and refresh lives. But the access to technology has to be easy, equitable and affordable to keep them. So what are we doing? One example is our National Enterprising Rural Women Award, which recognises and celebrates women with their own business. This year we have a new category for online business ventures. ERWA, as we call it, and my next point are both only happen through sponsorship. So we're very indebted to the people who sponsor us. We publish monthly the bulletin Aotearoa, which is a comprehensive review and summary of a huge range of policy, legislation and community-based website knowledge. This is emailed free, and research indicates it has a reach to more than 300,000 people. Our New Zealand embassies overseas tell us they particularly value the bulletin Aotearoa. We are clever at project development and management. Our After Socks fundraiser for Canterbury has sold 19,000 pairs of branded socks worldwide, 95% of the sales online. This has been a bit of a new venture for us, but it's our fundraising for Canterbury, the profits after costs, all going to the Christchurch Mayoral Fund. We're only a small organisation in the bigger scheme of things, so I'm really proud of what we've achieved there. But as there is still, to many of our members at least, a deal of mystery and anxiety around broadband, high speed or not, we plan on investigating this year some type of confidence-building project to share the knowledge. The Race Online 2012 campaign to connect the 8.4 million people in the UK who aren't online springs to mind as a possible template. Race Online was started by IT specialist and charity advocate Martha Lane Fox, who has run a 2-year campaign to make the British public more tech-savvy. And she is quoted as saying, "I don't think you can be a proper citizen of our society in the future if you are not engaged online." I don't know about millions, I'd just be thrilled to have a higher percentage than half my members connected. This is a challenge of leadership for Rural Women New Zealand. We know what the problems are and we work on the solutions. We congratulate all those involved with the RBI, but believe this is the beginning, not an end in itself. Everything is possible. It does not seem all that long ago that the people in my area were resistant to the idea of pay TV. In fact, the only reason we got pay TV, Sky TV, was when my husband found out that TV and said weren't going to screen the cricket anymore. And that was the only way we got it. I got it. I can still hear the voices saying, it's a waste of time, too expensive, we've got 2 good TV channels, why would we need 52? But now, obviously, today it's a matter of who isn't hooked up. And that, in Rural Women New Zealand, we're going to look for broadband services. So thank you.